Hello, hello. Let's see. Try to give it a couple seconds because it's sometimes it lags. All right, we're on here. Let's get into this extended reading, shall we? So, if you saw the first half on YouTube, if not, you want to probably go back and watch that where I read the description of the oracle cards that I pulled up. I will refer back to them briefly, but I'm not going to reread it. So, the first card that came out was Behind a Mask in the reverse. So, it's like stepping into your true self, stepping into your own light, into your authenticity, and allowing yourself to be comfortable in your own skin and who you are, validating yourself, approving yourself, all of those things. So let's clarify this card. See what is taking place that is kind of bringing that in, catapulting you into this beyond Venus and Capricorn. We got the Hermit card. So yeah, I definitely feel like this is some Hermit energy. Maybe when it comes to dating, something about dating since the Knight of Wands came out. We got the Hermit card, Virgo energy. Maybe you have some Virgo in your chart. Or maybe you're just spending time in solitude, getting to know yourself. You could be writing a lot, reading a lot, studying a lot, growing, expanding your knowledge of yourself. You could be studying your birth chart. Just diving deeper into who you are, into your own psyche, and getting very particular about yourself. You know, sometimes I get into, it's wisdom, it's mentorship. I'm like, sometimes I get into reading and I get so used to reading cards a certain way that I like to refer back to my notes just to remind myself of certain buzzwords. But yeah, it's like you're developing this wisdom, and you could be realizing with dating that people are just really immature, and it's making you realize how much growth you've had. And it's like, this mask don't even fit anymore. You know what I mean? It was like, I can't even put this costume on if I tried, because it's not me, and it's just allowing you to feel more comfortable with who you are. There could have been disappointments or losses, or realizing who you are and spending so much time in solitude and recluse and introspection. That could be making you realize how you don't fit in with others. So you could feel a little bit lonely or a little bit neglected. But make sure you don't dumb yourself down or dim your light for others. The Knight of Wands can also just be like you trying to step out and be more creative, having more confidence, developing more personality, more charisma, and just learning from your losses, from your material losses. It could be a dark period where you're just healing, you're growing, like a seed has been planted, like the winter time. It tends to be a very dark, but also healing time where maybe you're spending a lot of time alone. So if you are dating, get in, get out. Don't look for anything long-term or solid right now, especially if you're still like kind of doing some soul searching and finding yourself. I feel like dating is only going to assist you with learning more about yourself right now. But you're going to meet a lot of people who are flighty anyway, and they're not meant to be there long-term because you're changing, you're growing. So these people are probably going to be distractions. So it's like, get what you need and move on. Get the attention, get the love, get the affection. I'm not saying use these people or take advantage of these people, but allow the situation to be what it is, and it's probably going to be over as quickly as it begins. If it doesn't have to do with any dating, I say this is you putting yourself out there, being more confident in your artwork or wherever it is in life that you're creative. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time reflecting on your skills and you're putting yourself out there. At first, it may seem like it's not worth it, but keep going. There could be some times where you feel like it's not worth it, or it's not paying off, or people aren't paying attention, or you don't fit in. Just keep going, keep going. At the very least, I feel like it's disappointments, or you find that it's very expensive and maybe you make some type of investment that doesn't work out for you financially, or something costs more than you anticipate, or you actually lose money or something materialistic and valuable. Let's see. real quick. Five of Pentacles. Wait a minute. I'm like, I didn't see it in the upright. It came out in the upright. I'm like, I just want to look real quick. Rehabilitation, refurbish, improvement. Oh, that's the reverse. Sorry. Destitution, privation, hardships. So yeah, it could be that you've experienced a period of hardships, but I think it doesn't feel burdensome. It just feels like a challenge. And I think you're up for it. The charisma, the personality, the drive, the determination is there, and you're still learning, and you understand that, and you just understand, like, you're learning that life is a game, and you're learning how to have fun and just roll with the punches and just not take anything too seriously. And I love that for you, because it does feel very lighthearted, especially with miracles and change. So, and that's why I'm like, nothing is too solid right now. So that mutability that you're tapping into is, you're learning how to just kind of go with the flow. Aquarius is fixed air, but you're learning how to go with the flow, and you're learning not to throw fits about things that you can't do anything about. But also, I think the changes that are taking place are really exciting. So you're kind of just like, want to see what's going to happen. All right, so let's look at miracles and change as a duo. I think it's like the miracles are changing you, and vice versa. You're changing, and that's inviting miracles to take place into your life, like an infinity. Show me miracles and change, please, for Aquarius. Your card, the star, wanted to come out, but it did show itself. Miracles and change for Aquarius, please. The Ace of Earth flipped over, Ace of Pentacles, but it didn't come out. We got Five of Water, the Moon, and the Page of Air. So I do feel like love is a thing. Definitely changes. We got two fives, Five of Pentacles and Five of Water. Traditionally, the Five of Water, I saw somewhere that it can be about finding like true love, but it can make you reflect on all the losses. It could even mean like losing friends. For me, with the Three Cups down and the Three of Cups representing friendships, it does feel like sometimes you move closer, you move away from friends when you enter into a new relationship. So it kind of feels like in between that place, because you don't even realize the Two of Cups is like right behind you. It can be looked at like that. That's kind of like my own interpretation that I've developed for the Five of Water. But I do want to look at my notes real quick. I don't know why I'm so into my notes for y'all's reading. Like, I do know these cards. I do want you to know that I've been reading for quite some time, but I like to refer back to my notes. So mourning, regrets, or losses, or loss. So yeah, there could have been something that was lost in the past. It could have been X, because we have release your ex. So there could be something that you're harboring about a past situation that didn't quite work out like you wanted it to. And there's a disappointment, there's a sadness, there's something that needs to be mourned. Maybe there's a need to release these emotions so that this true love can come into your life. But if it doesn't have anything to do with love or true love, I do suspect that it means that you need to release some emotions. With the full moon coming up, this reading should be up by the time. The full moon is in a few days, but this reading should be up by the time we have the full moon. But you could be releasing emotions, or full of lots of emotions with the moon, because we have the moon here and there's a full moon in the picture. This is Pisces energy, and then we have Mars and Scorpio. I believe Mars is literally in. If not in Scorpio, Mars is in Sagittarius, along with the Sun and Mercury, I believe. I'm not looking at the planets right now. Anywho, with these energies, you could be full of emotion. There could be some regrets that come up. And I think this is just coming up for you to process it and to release it and to do some shadow work, or just to allow yourself to accept it. And sometimes when certain thoughts come up that are intrusive, all you have to do is respond with, and that's okay. And that's okay. And everything is still fine. You know what I mean? You have to just reassure yourself so that your mind doesn't get the best of you. With the Page of Air here, you could be having all kinds of thoughts, lots of curiosities. Your mind could be a little bit all over the place, but it can represent Along with curiosity and being inquisitive, it can represent being a bit naive. So there's a need to pay attention to things, pay attention to your words, to your thoughts, to your habits, and release any emotions that come up. Doing yoga is a great way to do that. Stretching is a good way to release emotions because the muscles in the fascia holds trauma. So you can release that way, and don't be surprised if you hit a certain pose and you start crying. You know what I mean? It's like, so releasing those things, exploring those emotions and those thoughts, exploring areas of life where you may not have completely finished mourning. And I think that's probably the catalyst to allowing these changes and these transformations to come in, and these miracles that you're going to experience. This deep emotional and spiritual work is what gets you there. That's the trick. And that's why they don't tell you that, because they can't use you when you're abundant like that. All right, let's look at privileged lady. I think after you experience this phase of shadow work, you get this upgrade, this spiritual upgrade or whatever, and then you are in this place where you are living a life of ease. You're able to manifest things more quickly and all of that. All right, privileged lady, show me privileged lady, please, for Aquarius. Yeah, ask questions. With the page of air, ask questions. Ask your higher self questions. Question yourself, question your own motive. Be objective within your shadow work. Be curious, you know? We got the hang one in the reverse, more Neptune, Pisces energy. So this feels like you're waiting on something to happen. But you could be in a place where, because with the hang one, you're waiting to be led intuitively. You're waiting on some type of spiritual or intuitive guidance, inspiration of some sort. So it's like putting yourself in the right environment. So it's like if you're looking for your higher self to speak to you, you're meditating more, you're quieting your mind, you know what I mean? Or if you're looking for creative inspiration, you're surrounding yourself in creative spaces and just absorbing the energy and waiting on something to call out to you, waiting on the guidance of your higher self. But with this in the reverse, I'm like, I can hear my mind like, it's like, yeah, you're right, but it's in the reverse. You're reading it in the upright. I'm like, you're right. So with the hang one in the reverse, you could be persecuting yourself to something, expressing some type of selflessness or martyrdom. So playing the victim or allowing yourself to take the shorter end of a stick. I don't feel that. Some of you could be making excuses for yourself. And maybe in the past you had, in this privileged lady energy, maybe in the past you felt like you were used to certain things being done for you, and maybe you didn't realize that you needed to do it yourself. And so that could have been what was a factor. It could still be now. And you could just be waiting on a sign from someone else, waiting on someone to offer you advice, inspiration, guidance, or something like that. But you should be looking for it to come from your higher self or your God mind. If you're not, you should be waiting on that energy or that advice to come from your higher self, not from others, not looking to be rescued by others. So we got the Five of Cups and the Three of Wands. The Five of Cups came out twice, and we got the Three of Wands. So there's some mourning that needs to take place. Excuse me. There's definitely some mourning behind some losses, something that didn't work out, something that was hurtful or emotionally disappointing. And something you're waiting on something. You're expecting something to change or to happen. Oh God, somebody's like walking hella hard. You're expecting something to shift, to come in, to Sorry. You could be seeking validation for your feelings, for emotions. You don't need validation. And I think this is what this is about. You could be experiencing a lot of mourning as you go through this undoing, as you realize I've been looking for someone else to validate me and I don't need any validation. I just need to validate myself. So that theme could be replaying, coming up a lot, and you could be realizing like that privileged or spoiled behavior, like someone has to show me the way, like I can't be self-led, or that type of thing could be playing out for you. So yeah, you could just be seeking validation, like wearing this pain on your sleeve. And if this isn't you, somebody you're dealing with or close to you, wearing this situation as like a badge of honor, like for something somebody can feel sorry for, seeking validation, hoping that it's going to inspire something or bring in some type of offer, maybe even emotional support from someone else. It feels a little manipulative. So hopefully that's not what's happening here. Maybe it's a pattern that you realize that you do, that you're learning how to break. And you're learning it feels a little codependent. So maybe you're learning how to validate yourself and not be so needy or such a victim, not see yourself as a victim, not allow yourself to accept that for yourself. So then we have release your ex. Let's go ahead and clarify this card, and then we'll get a card of advice for you. Some of these cards are in the reverse, but I'm probably just going to flip them back in the upright, unless they come out and spin around, at which point I'll leave them. Show me release your ex for Aquarius, please. Strength card came out, so some of you are needing to have a little bit more courage in the situation, or be more confident. We got the Queen of Cups in the reverse, Fool in the reverse, and the Emperor. Oh Lord. You could be dealing with somebody really arrogant and who just makes a lot of bad decisions or uncalculated risks. They could make moves as if they don't have any emotions, or like they can't be hurt, they can't fail, they can't fall. You know what I mean? Like nothing is gonna happen to them. Like I run the show, I make all the rules. I can get away with whatever I want. That's kind of how this feels. It's like, oh, nobody's ever going to hurt my feelings. Something like that. I don't feel like this is you. It can be. It could be. And it could be a past version of you, or the type of ex that you're dealing with, the type of person that you had been with. This could be the person who you're still harboring some type of emotions for. Like if I'm saying some of these things and it's triggering you and you're gritting your teeth and you're like, ooh, that sounds like so-and-so, I can't stand him or her or whatever, then you're still holding on to emotions and you need to release them so that you can release this person. With the Queen of Cups reversed, it could be emotionally manipulative at the very least. It could be somebody kind of like shutting down, closing their heart space, closing their heart chakra, not being open to expressing emotion, or not having a good relationship of self-love within themselves. It could also just be somebody who's manipulative when it comes to love and compassion. They know how to get love, compassion, and empathy out of other people, and maybe they withhold it whenever other people are looking for that to be returned. And then the Fool is just somebody who's just foolish, who just makes silly mistakes, and maybe they think they don't get caught, but it feels messy. It feels uncalculated. It feels like there's no tact involved. And let's further clarify, shall we? Oops. So the Fool reverse, it's foolishness, indiscretion, insanity. And then it says inanity, vanity as well. So I do feel like somebody's really arrogant. They're very bold about the decisions that they make, and also probably the mistakes that they make. They feel justified, and they feel like they can do no wrong. It's honestly, it feels extremely arrogant. And it's just like, oh, bless your heart. It's like, you so arrogant. I feel sorry for you because you don't realize you're really just a peon. Um, and then the emperor in the upright, sorry, can represent authority, or at least somebody's illusion of believing that they have some type of authority. It can also represent someone who is a father. So again, if it's an ex that you have a child with, it could be the father of the child, or a more masculine person that you're dealing with, or energy. Maybe they were the provider, or maybe they provide more for their child. So maybe it could be a single mother who's, provides the roof over the child's head, things of that nature. You want to get down to the technicalities of everything. But with the Queen of Cups reverse, it could be someone who withholds emotions, or is emotionally selfish, or just generally selfish. They look out for their best interests, but they also make really foolish and childish mistakes. They could be behaving and acting as if they are a wounded teenager or something. It feels like that. It can also represent manipulation and jealousy. So someone could be in a position of some type of power or authority, and they could manipulate. They could still have some type of emotional hold over you due to their manipulation tactics. And there's a need for you to, no longer react, and it loses its power. And then watch when you spiritually learn the lesson, the 3D confines of everything that play out because we need to learn these things, they just dissolve. They literally dissolve. So whatever situation that allows this person to continue to be this way in your life, once you realize what it is and release it, and it no longer holds you, it all falls apart, and they no longer have this ability anymore in your life. Everything just miraculously, with miracles here, works in your favor. It's beautiful. Let's get an advice card. All right. We got thinker and why. I don't really want to read both. Thinker and why. I'm going to go ahead and pull up both. So we got 44 and number 31. Hopefully I can read them quickly. So since Y is first, I'm going to read, well, never mind. I'll scroll past it. So I'll read them in the order they came out in. 44. All right, thinker. I do feel like you are a thinker. You are an air sign, so that makes perfect sense. The essential meanings are strategy, being analytical and logical. And I think that's the thing that's going to help you get through shadow work. Maybe you're going to rationalize your way through it, and that's going to allow you to have some more acceptance about the situation. The Oracle's message, it says the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct. For in this moment, there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. So I think that's what you're learning how to do, because things are changing. You're stepping into a more mutable energy. So you're learning how to just go with the flow. And I think you're just learning how to strategize and come up with a plan, a backup plan, plan A, B, and C, or whatever, and just kind of make it fun. So I love that for you. Let's look at why. There's 4 different meanings to these cards. I'm only going to read the Oracle's message. 30, 31. All right. Why? Motives driving intention, the power of knowing the why. The Oracle's message says there is great power in understanding your motives right now. The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving this way, especially with the Page of Air here, especially if you're expressing emotions that have been tucked away deep inside for quite some time. You could be asking yourself, where did these come from? Why am I experiencing this? Why do I feel like this? The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. I love that for you. So, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, bring into your life, focus on your why and using visualization techniques, and meditations can assist you. I wish that were more clear. But yeah, figuring out what your motive is going to assist you. And I wish you the best. I hope this reading was helpful and insightful for you. Expect some great things to come in and lots of changes. Just remember to go with the flow and try to have fun. Hope you enjoyed this reading and decide to check out your other signs. Please like, comment, share. Invite your friends to join on Patreon. And until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.